guys, today we're going to be reading a couple of Greek myths. I hope you enjoy. First up we have the gods came to Mount Olympus. And it begins, to the ancient Greeks, the gods were real, and their myths were treated as history. Some ancient Greeks even claimed to be descendants of the gods. Mount Olympus, the home of the gods, is a real mountain in northern Greece, which looks high enough to touch the heavens. Gaia, Mother Earth, created the earth and all its mountains, rivers, deserts, and oceans. Then she joined with Uranus, the heavens, to make all the animals and birds that roamed the earth and flew in the air. Gaia and Uranus had 12 children, 6 sons and 6 daughters. These were the Titans, the first gods and goddesses. Coronus, the youngest Titan, hated his father and fought bitterly with him until he finally took over his throne. But then Coronus began to worry that his own children would turn against him in turn. So each time his wife, Rhea, bore a child, he had devoured it. Rhea, heartbroken at losing her children and furious at Cronus's cruelty, went to Gaia for help. The next time Rhea was expecting a child, Gaia took her away to a secret island to have her baby. She named the child Zeus and hid him in a cave safe from his father. Rhea took a rock back for Cronus to swallow, and he never knew the difference. Zeus grew up strong and powerful and went home to confront his father. He gave Cronus a potion to make him cough up the children that he had swallowed. Then, with his brothers and sisters, Zeus went up to Mount Olympus. From their home in the clouds, Zeus and his brothers and sisters waged war against the Titans. Finally, the Titans were defeated. Zeus was now lord of Mount Olympus and master of his brothers and his sisters, who themselves became the gods and goddesses that ruled the world. The next one we have for you today is Phaeton and the Chariot of the Sun. Helios, the Greek sun god in this myth, was the son of a Titan and one of the first Olympian gods. In later myths, he is replaced as a sun god by Apollo, who was also the god of archery, music, and prophecy. Phaeton's mother had always told him that he was the son of Helios, the sun god, but he wanted to prove it to himself. So when he was a young man, he left his mother and his sisters and journeyed to the east to find his father. At last Phaeton came to the palace of the sun and saw Helios before him, dazzling on his golden throne. "Welcome, my son," said Helios. His words and smile left no doubt in Phaeton's mind that this was indeed his father. "My son," said Helios, "is there some gift I can give to you?" "There is one thing, father," said Phaeton eagerly. "May I drive your chariot across the sky?" Helios's face darkened. "The horses are spirited," he said, "and the ride is treacherous. The task is far too dangerous for anyone but me." But Phaeton begged and pleaded, and at last Helios gave in. He tried to tell his son how to guide the horses and which route to take, but Phaeton was too excited to pay attention. As soon as he took the reins, Phaeton knew that he had made a terrible mistake. The horses bolted forward and out of control, and the chariot hurtled wildly through the sky. Sometimes so close to the earth that cities were set ablaze, and grasslands turned to deserts, and sometimes so far away that the whole region had turned to ice. Zeus saw what was happening and knew that there was only one way to end this catastrophe. He hurled a thunderbolt at Phaeton, causing him to fall through the chariot and plunge to his death. Only then could Helios guide the chariot home. The last one we're going to read today is called Demeter and Persephone. This ancient Greek myth explains the changing seasons and the growth of plants. Demeter, the goddess of grain, was known to the Romans as Circe, which is where we get the word cereal from. There was a time when the world was warm and sunny all year. Trees bore fruit continually, and grain grew again as soon as it was cut down. The goddess Demeter ruled over all these growing things, and she had a daughter named Cor, which in Greek means maiden. One day, Cor was out gathering flowers when the earth opened up, and Hades, lord of the underworld, rose up in his chariot. He grabbed the screaming Cor and pulled her down into the depths of the underworld. When Demeter learned that her daughter had become the bride of Hades and was now named Persephone, she stormed and raged. The earth became cold and barren. At last Zeus persuaded Hades to send Persephone back, but Hades had one condition. Persephone could return only if she had not eaten anything that grew in the underworld. Persephone hadn't eaten anything, but she had sucked 6 pomegranate seeds. Then she will have to remain in the underworld for 6 months of every year, Hades had declared. For the other 6 months, she may return to you, Demeter. So for 6 months every year, when Persephone is in the underworld, the earth is cold and wintry. But when she returns to her mother, warmth and life come with her, and the earth brings forth its bounty once more.